Video coverage of M2M Evolution Conference and Expo is brought to you by Content Boost, the content marketing specialists. Amplify your sales today.
Okay, very good to see you all today. I'm really excited to be here today. So many exciting, innovative companies, so many new ideas. It's a real thrill. I've been coming to Miami for about 17 years now, and every time is just a joy. So today I'm here to present nWave to you. We're a company that provides an integrated machine-to-machine narrowband communication platform. Now when I say integrated, I mean that we're not just making the software, we're not just making the hardware, we're not just making the cloud-based interface, we're doing all of those things together. So which I think sets us apart a little bit from some of the other people who've been presenting today. My name is Jonathan Wiggin. I'm the CEO of the company. We're based in London, but we've got a global outlook, so we're always ready to find new partners, hear new ideas, so I'm really hoping to get to speak to you all later on in the session. So, when we talk about machine-to-machine communication, we have a problem normally, and the problem is coming up with a cheap and efficient data gathering solution. Now, there are a lot of technologies out there already. One of these is Zigbee. I'm sure you're familiar with it. A great technology, no one's arguing. However, there are downsides. One of these being the very low range of Zigbee stations, which means that you need a lot of them, and that costs a lot of money. And when you've got a lot of stations, you've got a lot of data hops, which can make the system unstable. Now, with nWave, we believe that we have solved this problem. We have got high range. When I say high range, I'm talking 10 miles plus, energy efficient, low cost, integrated narrowband machine-to-machine platform. So that's high range, 10 miles and over, low cost, power efficient. I'm talking 10 years battery life on a single AA lithium battery. Now, I don't think there's a single technology out there that can compete with that. We've got a full-cycle telecom platform ready for rapid deployment. And our solutions, as I've already mentioned, are integrated. So everything from the meters and the sensors through to the base station to the cloud-based user interface. And I'm just going to quickly run over here. Can you still all hear me? So this is one of our base stations, compact, IP67 compliant, vast range of different climatic conditions this can work in. You can even theoretically dump it up to a meter underwater and it's still going to operate. Here's a water meter connected to one of our modems. As you can see, the modem weighs almost nothing. Once again, IP67 compliance, 10 years battery life. So moving on, let's look at the competing technologies. We've got GSM and 3G. Problem here, they use a lot of energy. Installation can be expensive, and you've got servicing problems as well. Then Zigbee, that I've already spoken about, and Bluetooth. We've got a very low range, which means you need a lot of base stations, which is an expense. With nWave, we've solved this problem. You get autonomous use for up to 10 years, sometimes over, one battery, got a range of over 10 miles. It's plug and play, cheap installation. So, on the left here, you can see some of the devices using our sensors and our technology. So utility meters, fire alarms, home security. There's a huge range of other applications. I've just listed a few here. I'm sure you've got some more in your heads. These are relaying information through to our system of base stations, which in their turn are uploading the info into the cloud and onwards to the end users. And this could be consumers, municipalities, water companies, utility companies, home security companies, you name it. And each of these interfaces is individually tailored to the user's needs. So you get the data you need in a way you want to see it. So our network. I'm sorry to keep on going on about this, but this is what really makes us different. 10-mile coverage from a single base station. IP67 compliant. So you can use this in the most severe conditions imaginable. It's powered by the Ethernet. Then we've got the modem, 10 years plus battery life, IP67 compliant again, and a huge range of applications. I should mention that we've got our own in-house engineers and programmers, a very experienced international team. So any ideas any of you come up with, we can come back to you with a solution in a matter of weeks. Most importantly here, perhaps, apart from the technology, which I think is fantastic, is obviously the cost, because that's what makes the difference. Is somebody going to implement this solution? They're not going to do it if it costs a lot of money. Well, we solve that problem. We've got a shared network, so if you're one of our partners, you can use our network in any city in the world. Modem for less than $3 per unit, and we've got different models depending on how you want to do this. We've got a minimal or zero capex model, depending on whether you want to pay a subscription or whether you want to pay upfront. Cloud data processing with an advanced web interface. We have extensive experience. We're dealing with up to 1 million messages a day. We've got very easy installation. As you can see, the box doesn't take up any space. It doesn't need a special housing. Everything's already there. And the next generation, I'm sorry, you can't quite see that, which we're looking forward to in late 2014, we're going to be increasing the sensitivity by 25 decibels, which will increase our range dramatically. We're also working on a system of advanced geopositioning services. The rocket's just a picture. I'm afraid we're not making rockets. So, we've got a real-life implementation, one of our pilot projects, which is water meters. The existing practice is meter readings taken in situ by water company staff, a lot of man-hours, meter readings which are communicated by the phone by the client themselves, or invoices based on estimates that are later recalculated using actual numbers. Now, that's not a very accurate way of doing things. With nWave, you get an automated meter reading by radio modem. When I say an automated meter reading, I don't mean a daily reading or a weekly reading, but I mean an hourly reading. And this is very important when you're talking about off or on-peak consumption. It means that a utilities company is able to bill as much as they can. So we've got the meters relaying to the base stations, into the web cloud, and then different user interfaces for each type of end user, tailored to their individual needs. The results of this, you're reducing man-hours. You can monitor your own personal consumption, and that's particularly important in an age when we've got limited resources such as water. Automated invoice preparation, eliminating human error and saving time, and early detection of leakages, fraud, or excessive consumption. And finally, this is the last page, you can all breathe a big sigh of relief. If we look at the figures, which is what most people really care about, on the left-hand side here, you've got Zigbee. In the middle column, you've got nWave. So for 100,000 modems for utility meters, you need 20,000 units at $2,000 a pop for the Zigbee system. That's $40 million. With us, you need 6 units only, $12,000. Also, the Zigbee range, much, much less. For the sensor and modem, Zigbee needs 100,000 units at $30. We need the same, so here there isn't a particular differential. And for OPEX, you can see the massive difference here. 20,000 units at $500 for Zigbee, $10 million. And for us, 6 units at $500, $3,000. So over 5 years, we're looking at a difference of 30 times. That's $93 million for operating your Zigbee system of 100,000 modems, and $3 million for your nWave system. I hope that speaks for itself. Now,
You're not serious, right?
I'm absolutely serious.
I can show you that you are 1 hour of 5 minutes.
I'm very welcome to hear.
But not at this moment.
Okay, we'll talk later. Are there any other questions?
Is this the same as weightless SIG, or no?
It's a similar technology. However, we've made advances which we think put us in a slightly different league. But I wouldn't lie and tell you it was a totally different technology.
How's the range affected by interference, like buildings, vegetation, stuff?
The range is affected in an urban environment. So if in an open plain you're talking like 50 Ks, or sort of 30, 40 miles, in a city environment, that's why we're talking 10 miles, because it is affected by walls, basements, and so forth. What spectrum? Let me ask my colleague who's sitting over here. Could you speak up a little bit, Yuri?
Come up here and speak in the mic.
9150 megahertz, I think, is what Yuri was saying. Yes, please. Yes, we know Sigfox. Because we were making a comparison between a different competing technology rather than a similar approach. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time. Hope to see you all later.
Video coverage of M2M Evolution Conference and Expo is brought to you by Content Boost, the content marketing specialists. Amplify your sales today.